Mercy, 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 mercy. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all the queens and all the kings in the house. And of course, those that are also on the varied YouTube channels, viewing right now and also viewing at some time in the future. Thank you all very much for joining us and participating with us and sharing with us on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. And of course, you know that we have the lovely, adorable Queen Yvonne Finn in the house. So we are going to be getting a lovely mindset today. But before we get over to that lovely mindset by our lovely Canadian Jamaican woman, we are just going to, of course, start out with in it to win it. And of course, you have to be in it to win it. If you are not in it, you cannot win it. And so, Liberata Shadari, we just want to love on you a little bit. Our queen has been an international recording singing artist for few, maybe decades now. And we just want to thank her for gifting us this song, right? In it to win it. And we have been using it going over 4 years now on this program from the inception in 2021. And so, Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. Just want to thank Queen Lurato Shadari for this song. And so we are going to play In It to Win It. So just stay tuned as we play this lovely song, In It to Win It.
We are here the closing doors, please.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Loretta Shadari. Really appreciate, really appreciate. And of course, the moment that we have been waiting for on this wonderful Tuesday, um, we are going to be giving a little treat with, although cold in Canada, but very warm in the heart. And none other than, of course, Queen Yvonne Finn. Wonderful entrepreneur, international, most definitely international speaker, very, very sought after, I might say, international speaker, co host for One Global Movement. And I think that is weekdays, Wednesday and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look for that link wherever you can find that link in whatever groups that you might be on. And of course, she's an entrepreneur, long, few decades by now. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your presence here with us. It is very warm when you are here, even though you are hailing from the cold Canada. But anyway, none other than our own Queen Yvonne Finn. And today she'll be speaking about resilient by design, resilient by design, who we serve, how we survive storms. And I tell you, when storms rock your country, it's a dangerous thing, and she'll be telling us how to survive storms and why love makes us stronger. Love makes us stronger because
It
that's the
does.
ingredient that pull us together. Thank you very much. Over to you, Queen Yvonne Finn.
Even Brother Caution is clapping. Thank you, Dr. Derek, and thank you, everyone. And it's good to be here again. Thank you for having me again. And so, of course, just like Dr. Benny always says, let's just thank God for life and for being here, whether it's cold or not cold. I know Dr. Derek is enjoying warmth, and well, I have cold. It's -2 degrees centigrade, but hey, I'm used to that. So, so thank you, Dr. Derek, again. So yes, the topic resilient by design and how we survive those storms and why love makes us stronger. So tonight I'm asking us to think of something every one of us knows something about. That's storms. It's not necessarily the weather storms, but the storms of life, emotional storms, financial storms, storms in our families, storms of faith, our goals, even storms in our confidence. We don't always feel that we have what it takes. We all face them. But what determines whether we bend or we break is that word, resilience. And that comes from weathering storms and going forward. And the force that strengthens resilience more than anything else in this world is love. Love for our Creator, love for something bigger than ourselves, love for our families, love. The Bible says in Corinthians 6:14, 1 Corinthians, it says, do it all in love, everything. We all face them. We all face those storms. And so, a little story, I'm not going to do Jamaica right now because it's just too heartbreaking, but um, when Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas in 2019, a small wooden house near the coast became a quiet symbol of survival. It didn't make the news, but it did. Every house around it had collapsed, every roof had blown off, but that little blue house stood. And later, when interviewed, the owner explained why. He said, after the last storm, that's the storm before Dorian, he had rebuilt the house, but this time he said, I built it with love for my family. I wanted them to always have a place to come home to. That means he did it more carefully. I'm assuming that's what he meant. The house didn't stand just because it was strong, though. It stood because it was built with purpose. And that is the truth about resilience. The storms will come. But what we build with love refuses to fall because love, authentic and intentional love, endures. The relationship between purpose and resilience is synergistic. They fuel each other. Round and round they go. That relationship goes back and forth. Purpose and resilience. Purpose and resilience. So today I want us to look at how resilience and love work together to help us weather life's storms and rise again stronger than before. And of course, I'm framing this in another acronym, and I'm using the word STORM. Just keep it simple. A simple way to understand resilience. So the first letter in the word S, it stands, you stand firm in what matters. When real storms hit in real life, emergency crews protect the essentials first, such as life, safety, and healthcare. This is what they handle first: people's lives, safety, and healthcare. Essential services such as water supply, systems, and power grids are next. They try to get those up and running. And then the key infrastructures, such as the primary transportation routes so vehicles can get in and out, etc. And that is same true in our own life. You must know what your non-negotiables are. What is your value, your faith, your purpose, and the people you love. And when you know what matters most, the winds can blow, but you stay anchored, 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 and unmoving. Then the T in the word storm is take shelter in community. You know, every video that I have watched almost about the last Melissa in Jamaica, people have been speaking about this, the community. People were kind of just going about their own business, not really connected to one another, but nobody survives a hurricane or a storm or whatever alone. They don't. So, and nobody survives life alone either. That's the truth. We need people to support us, to encourage us, to remind us who we are when pressure arises. And of course, we do the same for others. So, love, connection, and community become our shelter. Resilience is not isolation. Resilience is supported strength. Resilience is supported strength. The O in the word is you observe, you adapt, and you adjust. Hurricanes shift, life shifts. Resilient people don't panic, but they also don't ignore the changing weather. They watch, they adapt, they pivot, they make wise changes. Survival is not about being rigid, it's about being responsive. And the R in the word, rise after impact. After every storm, there's debris, a lot of debris, emotional debris, mental debris, financial debris. Resilience is not pretending that the damage didn't happen. Resilience is acknowledging and still choosing to rise. Maybe slowly, maybe shakily, but rising nonetheless. And the M in the word, it means move forward in love, of course, in love. But this is the heart of resilience. Fear can break us, pressure can drain us, but love restores us. Love is why we try again. Love is why we rebuild. Love is why we hold on. And love is why we refuse to quit. Resilience then is survival. Love is what makes survival meaningful. They go hand in hand. And so I'd like us all to think about this. Take a moment and you take a deep breath in and you release it. And you think of a storm that you've survived. It might have been an emotional storm, a financial storm, a spiritual, physical, but you came through it. And what did that storm teach you? What did it reveal in you? Now think about the anchor that kept you steady. Was it a person, a belief, your faith, a purpose, a prayer? And that anchor was love. Now see yourself after the storm. The ground is wet, but it's steady. The skies are clearing, and you are still standing. So now whisper to yourself, I rise because I'm loved and I choose to love. Storms do not come to destroy us, the storms of life, though they often feel like they might destroy. Storms come to reveal what is unshakable in us. And what is unshakable is always tied to love. Thank you for having me here again. I appreciate you all. And as we go forward, remember this: you are stronger than the storm you're facing. You are supported, you are anchored, and you are loved. And anything built in love becomes ultimately unbreakable. Thank you, and may we continue to rise together. Before I close, I want to leave you with something practical, a simple resilience worksheet that you can walk through mentally right now. No papers, nothing to print, just listen and reflect. So, this is called the resilience worksheet: how we survive storms and why love makes us stronger. You ask yourself, what storm am I facing right now, this minute? And there's a list I have here: emotional storm, stress, grief, doubt, a financial storm, a relationship storm, a health challenge, a career or business uncertainty, identity or confidence challenge, and then I have other. You can pick what it is. It's a storm nonetheless. So stand firm in what matters, though. Know your non negotiables, as I said. What matters? What are three things in your life that you must protect during a storm? Then the T is you take shelter in the community. As I said, in Jamaica, almost all the videos are talking about how community, 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 neighbors are coming together that never bothered before. So that's a very positive thing. Who are the 2 to 3 people you can turn to for support, for guidance, or for grounding? Who are those people? What kind of a support do you need from them right now? Observe, adapt, and adjust. What has changed recently in your weather conditions? And I don't mean the weather, I mean in your life. What is one adjustment you need to make this week to stay steady? And do you rise after the impact? What has this storm taken from you or shaken in you? What is one step you can take to rise again, even if it's a small step? And the M is to always, of course, move forward in love. Who or what is your reason to keep going? How can you show love to yourself during this season? And so your resilient statement is complete the sentence. No matter what storm comes, I will rise because, and you have to fill in the word there. Why are you rising? And as I said, 1 Corinthians 6:14 said, do it all in love. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Dr. Derek. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Queen
Thank you,
Yvonne
sir.
Finn.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate that. Was awesome, awesome.
Thank
The
thank you.
storms, the storms of life.
Yes, they
And if you go
come.
all the way back from 51 storm, 51 storm that hit Jamaica in 1951, of course. And then you have the mighty Gilbert, wild Gilbert that hit Jamaica again, literally hit Jamaica.
Yes.
And that was 37 years after 51 storm. And then, of course, Melissa,
Yes.
37 years again after
I know.
Gilbert.
I know. The
Melissa
synchronicity is kind of scary. Yes, thank you.
hit
Yeah.
Jamaica again. Yes,
Yes.
there are storms that pass nearby, and kind of put a little ravage. but it didn't hit, right? Never hit, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, there are so many storms of life that
Yeah.
ravage us and
Mm-hmm.
hit us left, right, and center. And oh my goodness, that thank you very much, Queen Yvonne Finn. Stay
Thank you,
warm,
Dr. Derek. Thank you.
stay warm, stay warm, stay
Stay
warm.
warm.
Yeah, please stay warm. Yes, we do have Queen Pastor Tony. I know you have something to divulge.
Where? Oh,
I hadn't I didn't have my hand up, but and I only to tell you the truth, I only heard a little bit of it. My camera and everything froze, so I had to leave out and come back in.
Okay.
But I know it was a great presentation. I'm going to catch it on YouTube. I usually do bring up presentations on YouTube if I'm not here to hear
thank you.
them.
I saw your comment in the chat. Thank you, Queen Tony. Thank you.
Yeah, but I know it
Wonderful.
was good, and
Yes, it
I
was.
regret missing it.
You should regret.
So
Stop it.
yes,
Life is always keeping it alive in 2025.
Can you believe it's the last month? Wow.
Last month of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Queen Jacqueline Warner. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Wonderful,
Good evening to
wonderful.
all.
All right,
Good
Thank
all
you,
evening.
right,
Good
thank you,
evening.
thank you
Good
for
evening.
accent, Queen Dr. Derek.
all right.
Awesome presentation, and that is that is so true when you say love because I remember um, the storm Irma here in St. Martin. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't residing here, but
Mm-hmm.
my father facilities were homes were the roofs were destroyed.
Right.
And like you said, the storm didn't come to destroy. It didn't. It just shook what was not correct,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
That's what usually
And
happens. Yeah.
because I was loved, I have to say, because of love, and also fate played a major role. Because even though I wasn't here, my cousin was taking care of my property. They moved the trees. They did
Mm-hmm.
everything. They got the
Mm-hmm.
people to pick up the debris and everything. So when I decided to finally come because she couldn't do everything, um, everything would I would take vacation and come and try to clean up the house by myself, me and her
Mm-hmm.
anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
love play a major role, and it's so awesome that people care.
Mm-hmm.
Just when
Yes.
we think that nobody is there for you, when there's a disaster, people usually come together
Yes.
because
Yes.
we all need each other in
We
the
do.
long run. But we
Yes, we
can't do everything by ourselves.
no, we can't. Exactly.
So weathering the storm is, with love and with confidence, and like you said, most of all, resilience.
Yes.
You gotta
Yes. Thank you.
stand strong no matter what.
We
And as
do.
long as you have support, you accept it, you embrace it, and you thank God for it also that someone is there
Absolutely.
for you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
amazing presentation,
Thank you.
and you
Thank
always
you.
bring it short and sweet. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Yvonne Payne.
Thank you so much.
You're
You know, this
welcome.
is one of the things that I kept saying in the presentation is that just how much, sorry, Dr. Derek, I'll just be quick. When I watched the videos from Jamaica, in addition to showing the devastation in some places, the big theme is always about the community that's coming together, how
Yep.
much they did not realize that they needed community or that they
Each
had the
other.
community. So now I think going forward, hopefully that's one thing that might come out of this is that they will hang on to that, just knowing just how great
Right.
it is.
And
Yeah,
that they will remember too that,
absolutely.
my
Yeah, we
neighbor
need one
helped me.
another. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
And be there for one another all from this day on,
Exactly.
not to
Because
forget
this is,
so easily. Because
yeah,
in a
this is what,
disaster,
yeah.
people come together, but after this disaster,
I
it's
know, I
like
know,
they
I know.
don't, they forget so fast.
Yes,
You
human
know, they
beings, right?
forget.
This is how we are.
Yeah,
You know, we
I'm
forget
telling
the
you, we
real,
forget
we
so
forget the
fast.
really important things and go after the not so important ones. And then, thank God that the good ones seem to stick around. We can always have access to them because really it's so invigorating and so pleasant and wonderful to see how people are really be there for one another, going
Yeah,
and checking in neighbors and bringing food and just generally being a source of support.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's really a comfort. I mean, I appreciate my cousin up to this very day, and
of course.
and it's forever. You know,
Yes.
it's forever because she was there. Even though sometimes, you know, we might have our differences, but in
Mm-hmm.
it all, I have to remember, and that's the whole thing, to remember the good that she have
Yes.
done for me.
Yes, because those are all choices, right? We choose
Yep,
what we
she
live by,
choose.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks
Sorry, Dr.
again.
Derek. Thank you. That's it. I'm done.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen
Queen Jacqueline.
Jacqueline Warner
You're
and
Yeah.
welcome,
Queen
both of you.
Yvonne Finn.
Thank
Really
you.
Awesome.
appreciate that. Was an awesome, awesome presentation and awesome comment there, Queen Jacqueline Warner. All right,
Thank you.
thank you very much. All right, so moving into the second presentation, and of course, this person is no stranger to us. He has been here many, many times thus far, even presented on Dream Team on Sunday. He's a trusted leader, mentor, and personal development coach. Extensive background in health and in fitness. But today, today he'll be talking about some finance because of course he's a financial expert. Oh yes, he's a financial expert, right? And a
Mhm.
financial specialist or a financial guru or whatever you want to call him. That's who we're talking about. All right, motivational speaker, drawing on the attraction from his audience. And so we are speaking of none other than King Timothy Ferguson Jr. All right. So, of course, there must be a senior if there's a junior. All right. And so
Mhm.
he's a wonderful, proud husband and father. And he's come to let us understand or bring us to the awareness of a financial GPS, which many of us or all of us actually need a financial GPS. Now, he's come to get your financial need analysis. So, if you want a free, let me say it again, free, let me say it again, free financial needs analysis, he's going to give it tonight. All right. And so this is like a $1,000 um, kind of a value, a $1,000 value, and he's giving it free. All right. So stay tuned as King Timothy Ferguson lead us into our financial GPS. Over to you, King Timothy Ferguson Jr.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. It is a pleasure. It is always a pleasure and an honor be to come on board and to be here. I want to say to Sister Yvonne, wonderful, excellent presentation. In fact, you know, my wife is also she's Jamaican, and her grandfather lives there. He's
Ah,
103, and
oh,
but he's being taken care of real well, and so
oh, that's
we're
good. God
aware
is
of
good. Yes.
the matters that are going on. His area he was in was one that actually was hit, but he is okay. And it's always been our heart to making sure that not just for him, but for others who are in place in positions of need, that we could be of assistance
Mm.
in any way forward. And which leads me into my topic today. Those who know me, you know me for what I've been here for, and regarding talking about, you know, finances, getting financial matters in order, understanding the importance of what we do with our money. All of these things I've gone on, and I'll continue to go on, because one thing that I learned is that when it comes to hearing things, the brain only can retain 18% of what is heard. So for anyone, if you say, you've heard things and you say, I didn't receive everything or didn't get everything that I heard, it's okay. Because that's just the way the brain works. The objective is repetition. And so usually what I say, I say over. So there'll be things that I will be speaking on in this account that you've heard me say before in other matters, but it's intentionally that I'm speaking, saying these matters for the purpose of reciprocation and you understanding what I'm saying and getting something more in depth than you got the last time that you talked about this. So what I talk about here is a financial GPS. I want everybody to let's just come together, and I don't even want to actually say things or raise their hands, but I want everybody to think, as I'm speaking in terms of what you would do. Let's say, for instance, I don't know exactly where you may live, but let's say that you decide you want to just one day take your family on a road trip. And let's dial back like 15 years ago, where GPSs, or maps really weren't available like they are today. And let's say when getting ready to go on that road trip, would you prefer to get a map to map out the destination, how to get there, or would you just prefer to just wing it and just kind of just take the nearest highway and drive east or west? Now, I've asked this question, many of times. I haven't had anybody tell me that they prefer to just drive unless they just wanted to just go on some fancy road trip and just explore the outdoors. But 99.9% of the people say, if I'm going to go someplace, I want a map. I want directions in getting there. And now, let's say, for instance, you did get out and you drove. Let's say you had that map, and let's say you got lost. And you don't know where you're at. The map is not really helping you. Would you just kind of say, you know what? We're just going to just be lost. Let's just take up room where we're at and just start over in life. Or would you seek help to get directions to get to your destination? In most cases, I believe most would say I would look for some help. I would find a way to get an alignment to get where I'm going, or get a better map, something that's going to help me. And in that point there, when I get that information, I'm going to find out how far I am from my destination, but I might find out that I'm closer than I thought, or I might find out that I'm really far away. The point is that I know where I'm at, and so now I can have proper expectations and according to where I'm going. So most people, like I said, when it comes to the idea of a GPSing a destination, are going to say, I'd rather GPS. What are the benefits of that? With the GPS, a GPS is going to tell me the quickest route to get there. It's going to map out the detours and construction zones, areas to avoid. And with these now GPSs, it'll even tell you if you're coming up upon traffic along. And one of the greatest things with the GPS does is it actually gives you an actual time in terms of how long it's going to take you to get there. You can put in the destination, and so you'll be there in 5 hours and 35 minutes, and it's going to be this many 100 miles, whatever the case is. But everything is written and right there before you, where there's no room for error. Now, and so we all see that, and we all live in a world right now where everybody's taking advantage of that. We have cars today where everybody has GPS in their cars. People are using it. People who are older and saying, I'm not used to it, are learning how to use it because they see the benefit of it. Hands down, nobody's walking around and saying, I don't want a GPS. They see the benefit of it in many more ways than one. Now, so when it comes to finances, guys, our money is one area that associated very much like traveling, that we all can relate to, that we're all dealing with, and we all have some form of destination going. But unlike traveling and having access to a GPS to get to where we're going, most of us are just kind of driving. Our finances are going in a place we really don't know where we're going. You ask a person, you can ask yourself the question, what is your retirement looking like? Are you on track to retire on time? Most people don't know. How long is it going to take for you to get out of debt? Most people don't know. What's worse is most people don't even care. And it's not in a matter because people are careless, but it's because of life and how for most of us we're so consumed of the now, tomorrow, into the next week that we really don't have time to think about next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, let alone retirement. But here's the thing, guys, it's coming. Okay, next week becomes today, next year becomes now, 5 years from now becomes a couple of months from now. It's all coming, and if we don't do anything about it, we're just basically being like that transportation, being that person where we're out in the middle of nowhere, lost, and just kind of saying, I'm just lost, accepting the fact that I'm just going to have to just pick up where I'm at. And that doesn't make any sense because as you all would say, no, I'm going to find a map to get to my destination. I don't like the whereabouts that I'm in. I didn't get on this road with the intention to get lost. I got on this road with the intention to meet my destination. But 90% of people today, especially in today's working class, do not meet that destination. And let's not just talk about retirement. 90% of people do not meet the destinations to get out of debt in time. Can you imagine, but looking at, when we put everything on paper and you find out that based on all of my debts and what I'm paying, it's going to take me 50 years to get out of debt. You might be looking at your age now and say, wow, I'll be 90 years old by the time that happens. Or I might be 130, depending on how old you are. And guys, this is usually the reason why most people don't like seeing it on paper. I don't like seeing the truth because of the way it makes me feel. It makes me, if I'm already aware of the circumstances, I'm already get frustrated when I think about this. Seeing it on paper is like the thing that I really don't want to do, because now I'm seeing it for what it really is. And I'm still asking that question. I don't know how to get out of that. I don't know how to get out of this. Well, guys, that issue is an issue that is now solved, because what I have and what I provide for all in this matter is a financial GPS that is going to show you where you're at and where you're going. And then from there, we can ask yourself the question, are you content with where you're at? Are you content with where you're going? Your answer is, in most cases when you see it, no, I'm not. Would you, if I showed you how we can get you to where you want to go without costing you extra money? And I'm not meaning just not costing you extra money by you having to come out of your pocket for the money you spend sitting with me, but without costing you extra money in terms of the income that you're bringing in. The income that you're bringing in, whether it's a fixed income or whether it's a salaried income, I can show you how to get out of debt, how to pay off all your debts with what you already have in a fraction of the time. Now, what sense would it make for you to say, I'm not interested in that? I'd rather spend 50 years and stay lost. That wouldn't make any sense. Again, going back to the traveling, what sense would it make to say, hey, I can show you how to get to your destination, and you'll get there in 3 hours, and you say, you know what, I'd rather stay lost. It doesn't make any sense. So as a result, the questions, and and I've already answered, is why don't people do this? Well, let me say this. One of the reasons why this is something that people don't do is because people don't have access to it. And let me say this, I work in an industry that when it comes on a scale of 1 to 10, how much I trust this industry that I'm in, I trust it a 0. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why, because you can go to a CFP at a bank. You can go to any other financial expert and talk to them and say, hey, I want help with my finance. And they'll say, hey, sure, I'd love to sit down with you. They offer you coffee and donuts. They'll tell you you're on a great you're on a great path moving forward in your life. And then they're going to pull out that time of what it's going to cost you. And then that's when you're saying, okay, I'm going to have to come back later. You know what they're going to say? Sure, come back to us when you have it. Okay. Going to a bank, the average CFP is going to charge you anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500, depending on how complex your plan is going to become. And what this does is alienates those that are in the working class of getting the direction that they need, because I need direction, but I'm in a position where I really cannot afford that right now. So it forces me to have to be stuck. And this is why I consider this guy's evil. It's almost in a sense like, imagine me being one where I have harvest and I have resources and food. Let's say you, as we were mentioning, a developing country like Jamaica, there are people that are around me, surrounding, that are starving and they're hungry. I have the food present to give to them, but I'm only giving it to them if they can give me what I want back in return. How does that make me look in this case here? Do I look like I care about the people and the true benefits of the people, or do I look like I'm thinking about myself? And so, guys, I want you to think about it, that for most people in this industry, they're thinking about themselves. They're looking at it and what I can get out of it. Guys, for me, I just want going against the grain where I'm thinking about you. It is my objective of helping you, and I'm putting you above myself. I look at getting my reward as being a reward that I get from the Most High, which I do get. And so, as a result, what I offer, what I help you with, is showing you where you're at, showing you how to get to where you want to go with a financial literacy, an education that shows you how it all works, so that you'll never have to be in this situation again. What was a lifestyle now just becomes a small season, which is just the time of us getting out of it. And let me say this. I want you, you guys can answer this question yourself. If you guys are in a fire right now, and I'm one who can help you, what would you prefer me to do? Get you out of the fire right now, or teach you how to stop, drop, and roll? Now, think about that again. Would you rather me get you out of the fire or teach you how to stop, drop, and roll? If you're saying get me out of the fire, that right there is the most prominent answer that you should be having right now. And guys, that's what I'm here to do right now. Get you out of the fire. I can teach you how to stop, drop, and roll in the process. But right now, the most important thing is getting you out of the fire. Well, before I can even address what the fire looks like, what exactly is the fire? For some of you, you guys may already know, but let me just express a few things for those, bringing it so we're all on the same page here when we talk about a fire. A fire is, I'm in a place where I'm working check to check. I cannot afford to miss a check. I cannot afford for something from left field in my life to happen, because now it throws me off into a deficit. What am I talking about? Something happened into my car, and it's not something that can be fixed under warranty. Something happening inside my house. Something happening with my health. Something happening with my children. In some form and another that I want to do, and I if I could, I would do, and I can't do. Or if I do, it puts me in a deficit, in a position where now I'm having a hard hit that I can't get out of. And as I said, there are people who are aware of this, who know this, but they do not care to tell you. My thing is here to showing you, preparing you and getting you out of that fire by reestablishing your finances through a literacy tool that I call reestablishing your financial house. Now, so you guys are getting an understanding here of why this is necessary, because life is life, circumstances are circumstances, and rather than hoping and wishing that I can live a life where it's circumstance free, how about help me how to build a life that can handle and manage circumstances as they come? That's what we're here for again. So when we're talking about a financial needs analysis, what exactly are we looking at in here? The main things that we're looking at are in an association. What I consider the financial house is, do I have proper income protection? And I'll get into that in more detail and what that means. Do I have an emergency fund? Do I even know what that is? Do I have a debt to income ratio where my debts are greater than the income that I'm earning? Or I'm having debt that is so high that I barely have any income left over to take care of myself? Does that look like me? Is there anybody that I know that can relate to that? 90% of the people we know can relate to these things here. We're not even talking about anything getting into the matter of college education and legal help in this matter. Those are things that pretty much fly out of the window just because I'm just trying to survive. Guys, that's not right. That is not how we're supposed to be living. Now, you've heard me say this before, and I'll say this again. When it comes to what I'm going to show you is something that you might say, wow, this seems very, very simple. It cannot be that easy. And the truth of the matter is, it is that easy. And how I want you to think about this is in the matter of I ask you two questions. Name something. I ask you, name something that you know that you're good at. Not something you think you're good at, but something that you know that you're good at. And you might say, I'm good at cooking, or I'm good at cleaning, or knitting, whatever that is. You know that you're good at that. And I'm asking you this question: when it comes to performing that work, do you perform that work with sweat beating down your face, worried that it's not going to turn out right? Or you're like, I hope this comes out right? Or do you perform this task with a confidence, saying, I'm going to do a great job. I know how this is going to turn out. I can do this like the back of my hand. Now, I believe most of you would say, in association with what you're good at, hey, I don't have any issues with it. I don't have any fears of that. Now, my next question is to think of something that you know that you're not good at. Same things. I'm not good at cooking. I'm not good at cleaning. I'm not good at mechanics. Whatever that is. And now, when it comes to performing that, are you one where you're confident about it, or are you saying to yourself, I'm really not that good at it? The thing that we're looking at here is that that your confidence level in an association to your ability to doing it are in alignment. The things that I'm good at and the thing and my confidence in it is in alignment. The things that I'm not good at and my lack thereof is in alignment. Now, money is the one thing that we all deal with in many forms, in multiple way forms or another, where we're all trying to do the right thing, doing the wrong thing. We're trying to get the right result, but we're doing the wrong thing. Okay. And so think about it, guys. Name something that you do or perform incorrectly and actually get a correct result. Name something. Some of you might say, I know a few things that I've done wrong and actually done it right. And that's possible. A broke clock is right twice a day, but we're not trying to rely on the broke clock. So if I recognize that my how I'm addressing my issues with money is an error, but I'm trying to get the right result, maybe that's the reason why my money problems are so difficult. Not because it's just money is what it is, and it's not so much even because something's wrong with me, but more so in the matter because of how I've been trained to view money. And I say it, and I say that for the purpose because I can ask each and every one of you two questions, the same question twice, and you guys give me two different answers. If I say, what would you do with $1 million? Most of you say, oh man, I'll get out of debt, buy a home, go on vacation, save the rest for taxes. Then I'll ask you, what would you do if I planted a large apple tree worth $1 million in your backyard that harvested apples every fall? I've never heard anybody say, I'll chop down a tree and sell it for $1 million. Everyone will say, I'll sell the apples. I'll harvest the apples. With these, I can sell these apples, I can eat these apples, and I can use the seeds to plant more trees. So my tree now turns into a vineyard. So what that proves to you is that you have every ability and resource to be wealthy. And it proves that you've been trained to view money in a way that has kept that's created what we call the poverty mentality. Now, going back to the F&A, I want to show you guys what exactly does the F&A look like. Okay, because everyone's kind of thinking about it in the matter like, okay, what exactly does it look like? I'm going to share my screen with you guys of an F&A that I have put together, and this is just a dummy F&A, guys. That I have. Let me see 1 second here. Wanted to share. Where's my? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Dr. Derek. I'm having this up. I know you're trying to share screens is a little different on the meeting versus on Zoom. And so actually, let me go here. Window.
Just click on share first. You have to share the screen first.
Window. I got it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. You guys can see this right now. All right. So this, guys, is what I call, this is the front page of a financial needs analysis that I provide.
No, we're not seeing that, Timothy.
You're not seeing it?
No.
No.
At least I'm not.
I'm not seeing it either.
Really? Okay, it says sharing. Stop
It's
sharing.
it just started.
Oh, it did? Okay, hold on. All right,
I,
is it
It's
still
still
on? Because I had
it's
pressed.
still spinning.
I don't see it either.
It's
Okay,
spinning.
one
It's
second
there, but
here.
it's spinning. Oh, it's gone.
Mm.
It's back.
Okay, because I had turned it off. Let me try this again. Waiting for this to actually load.
Is the meeting being recorded? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the screen to load back up so that I can share it again, and it's not allowing me. Okay, so here's what we're gonna have to do. We're just kind of wing this then right now because I'm having trouble trying to share my screen. As I was initially trying to do, so it's not allow me to do it. So, well, I'm just gonna have to wing this, guys. Basically, when it comes to what the first thing that we establish with the FNA is we look at income. Still trying to see if I can get this thing going because this is why is this not doing so? Maybe this is for.
Are you on a computer? Are you on a computer?
Blew up. All right. Are you guys able to hear me clearly still?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Are you on a computer?
Yes. I'm on a computer. I'm on a laptop.
Okay, so click on share.
Yeah, I'm on share, but I'm clicking on
Alright.
it and it's not.
Yeah, after you click on share, you have to now click on Windows or you click on entire screen. You have to click on something.
Yeah, but it's not pulling up. So it did pull up the screen for me to click on, but then it's not right now. When I hit share screen, like trying to click on it,
No,
it's
no, no,
not.
no. You have to click on the screen also. The screen that come up when you after you click on the entire screen, you have to now physically click on the screen there. Then you click on share.
Um, yeah, because I did that initially. Let's see.
Let's see. If I click on share.
Um,
Yes, it just came up and
this
went.
is
That was mine.
it did.
Yeah,
That
do
was
that
Oh, that
again.
was
Hold
that was yours. Okay.
Yeah, I was just
on.
checking
Okay,
to see if it's working.
Mm.
okay. Are you guys able to see anything?
No, we're
No,
not
not
seeing
yet.
anything yet. But if you
Okay,
hit
you
on
just need.
share screen, a separate menu comes up by itself.
Yeah, but that when I'm doing that menu's not coming up.
Oh, okay. Maybe refresh. I'm not sure what to say to do.
Yeah, trying to refresh. Let me see here. Give me 1 second because now my whole page is
Your thing is freezing.
off. Yeah, it's freezing really badly here.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm having an issue here with my matter here. Let me see something because my whole screen is like off, just blown. Everything is not right. Hold on 1 second here. Forgive me, guys. All right, because I'm not sure as to why this is going on. So, well, anyway, what I was trying to get this up basically is with the financial need analysis puts together, it shows you a we put together all your information collecting, which is starting with your income, your any debts that you have, and debts are going to be anything that is associated to payoff dates, whether that's a mortgage, car note, any other loans that you have. And we collect these as itemized instruments. You're, showing how much do you owe, what is your monthly payment. If it's a credit card, what's the minimum payment, and what's the and then what the interest rates are. The other things we collect are what are your current recurring living expenses. If you're renting, that'll be a part of that. What are your food expenses? What do you have to, how much you use for your, Wi-Fi, cable, whatever it is. And we collect all of this data, and it puts it together into an analysis showing you based on starting, let's say, with retirement, how much money you have set aside for retirement, and letting you know what you actually need in order to retire on time, or to retire at 80% of your income. And so if you're at a shortfall, it'll address that, or it'll address what it'll show you what we call a financial independence number. Now, this is a number that when we look at this, it's like, oh man, this is like, a high six figures, or it could be $1 million for in a sense of what you might have to have obtained by retirement. And then we look at then we go into the debts. And what's great about the debt program is it's a debt stacking program where we now basically take all of what you've given us, and then it goes through the tool, and then it shows you how you're going to pay off all of these debts through a stacking process. So your smallest debt, let's say it's your smallest credit card, we're going to take money that the additional payments that you were making towards your other credit cards to add to that one and pay that off. And it's going to pay it off in a fraction of the time. And once that debt is paid off, then you use all of that to pay down the next debt, towards the next debt. And you pay that off in an accelerated time, and all the way to the point where you pay off your house in a fraction of the time. So we show you a calendar where it'll show you, based off of what you're doing, is going to take you, let's say, 25 years to get out of debt. And based on what we're going to do with the same exact amount of money that you're bringing in, it's going to take you 9 years to get out of debt. We show you exactly how much interest that you're saving in with this. We're showing all the costs that are avoided. And then the great thing is what is created is what we call a financial independence date. It creates this date. Think about the GPS that I was mentioning to you when you put it in your car to a destination. It not only tells you how to get there, but it also tells you when you'll get there. It gives you an approximate time. It tells you how many miles away from it you're going to be from it. And so it's with the financial GPS, it's the same thing. We're telling you that now, okay, with this money, with this, you'll be out of debt at this time. It gives you the exact month and date and year. And then we provide, they're showing now, we'll provide with this money that you've been spending in debt. Let's say that's $1,500 a month that has been your total in debts that you pay monthly. If we were to put this debt towards a investment rate of return, let's say that earns 8 or 9% interest, in 30 years, it shows exactly what that's going to look like in 30 years, and you'll find that you're going to accumulate $1.5 million or whatever it is. But now what we've now created is a trajectory where you're going to have more than enough money to retire without the need to have to work a second job or to collect and do other things. And so, and this is, again, with a tool using what you're already spending right now. And so, and then we also can show, let's say you have additional income that you're doing, things that you do on the side that you make some extra money on. What does that look like when we apply that to your income? It shows you getting out of debt even sooner. And then then the other thing that we have with the analysis prepares is a financial house tool of creating or renovating what we call a financial house. And so what is the financial house, guys? This is what we have when we have everything that we need in order for a solid, stable house to be put into place, and everything being done non-negotiable. One of the biggest things that we lack, that most of us lack and really don't know much about, is the emergency fund. And so the financial needs analysis tool puts together an analysis on creating an emergency fund. And what does an emergency fund look like, guys? That's going to be something anywhere between 2 to 4 or 5 months living expenses that's put away in a fund for the purpose of an emergency. The other thing that the purpose of this fund is for is to replace the credit cards that you have, and then also to be a hedge of protection to your assets. And so, well, what do you mean by a hedge of protection to my assets? If you have income protection, well, guess what? You're an asset. And in any case and scenario, it's not a good place to be in when you need money and you forego paying your insurance. So we want to protect that. You have retirement, whether it's a 401k, 403b, whatever to get, or you have other assets. These are assets. Let's just stick in with retirement that in an emergency situations, you might find yourself pulling money out of. And that is, it's the worst thing to have to do, especially when you find that you're already at a shortfall and needing what's necessary to retire early. So rather than having these matters being at risk of having to be used, the emergency fund that we build is now something you have access to so that in the need of my children are in need and they need some money, some quick cash, or my car has an issue and I need a quick repair, or something else from left field that life presents to us comes and hits us, we can actually take care of it. And the objective is to, one, pull money out of that emergency fund, pay for what it is that we need, and then pay our emergency fund back. If we're loaning the money to somebody else and they pay us back, we take that money and pay it back. If we loan that money to someone else and they don't pay us back, we still pay ourselves back. Because the thing with the emergency fund that it's also going to do, it's going to generate a rate of return as well, like a credit card. I ask people all the time, would you rather earn the interest, or would you rather have Visa earn that interest for you? Nobody says I'd rather have Visa earn the interest over themselves. So, but having this emergency fund is in place is, as I said, a replacement to the credit card. It is a protection, a hedge of protection to our assets. And then now, from there, I now look at the resources I'm having to get out of debt. And eventually, once I pay off all my debts, I'm in a position to what I can now become a investor. And some of you might say right now, you know what, I am an investor, or I'm on the brink of it, or I want to invest. And you're looking at investments like property. I want to own investment properties, or I want to become a partner in a business startup, and whatever these things are. And these are all great opportunities. But one thing that I share with all of my clients is order plus disorder does not create order. And so when we do things out of order, we only are leaving ourselves up for room to create chaos. And when we have all of our resources, our assets built in what we call untangible assets, we're positioned to where when emergencies happen, well, we don't have access to these assets to use them in order to take care of the matter. Or if these assets aren't generating what we need them to generate at a certain time, they now become a liability. And that's not the objective of what an asset is supposed to be. An asset should always be an asset. So the order of assets we show our clients is to be able to create a pool of tangible assets. That is where where we look at the tangible investments come in. This is with your retirement and adding to that, making sure that you're properly retired. This is introducing investments in the form of mutual funds, which are that are made in many different ways for the benefit of the consumer and meeting both their financial, non-financial considerations. But ultimately, that them having these built up is them having tangible assets that, in the worst case scenario, I need to liquidate these assets, rather than being having a property that I have to wait for the market to get to come into position to benefit me, or I have to wait for somebody to move into it. And in this matter, I can sell these assets tomorrow or today, and I can have access to these assets tomorrow. And if I'm going to be in the position of saying I do want to own property, I do want to build a business, I do want to have some things that's more than just I'm maybe getting from a job. If that's the case, you want to have tangible assets that those stand upon, so that it's never in an emergency situation and you're now compromising your assets, which would be those, and having to sell them at a time where it might not be best, or not being able to sell them at all. And then which creates more compromises. Guys, this happens all the time with people, and they say to themselves, I hate this. I can't stand this. I love it when it's good. I hate it when it's bad. And I tell them, I said, you only the reason why you have a love-hate relationship is because it's out of order. If you put things in order, you create a love relationship. And I can show you how to do that by putting everything on paper for you to see it for yourself. Guys, when things are put on paper, there's no need to make things bigger. There's no need to lie about it. There's nothing that's necessary we need to do to make it to be more than what it is. It is what it is. And that's the one great thing that I love about it. And then when it comes to the matters of non-negotiables, and what I mean by non-negotiables, I mean things that I need to have, that for most of us, when finances are a challenge, or if we're on a short fixed income, these are compromises. My objective is making these areas that have been compromises a non-negotiable and getting it taken care of. And so what I show and what I do with people and showing them this, most of the people, I always show people, I say, listen, because what I do for free. This is, what I was going to show you was an example of the financial needs analysis, but that's not a problem. I can, show you guys, an example one-on-one. And then of course we sit down together, I can create one for you. But what I share with people, I say, because I do this for free, I ask of two things in return. And then of course, what I ask for is civil in a sense, which is, if what I put together for you is something you say, wow, Mr. Tim, this is amazing. You showed me something I did not know that. You've helped me. I really, really appreciate this. My first ask would be that you be willing to move forward in working with me on this. My second, and then of course, if you say, you know what, this is not what I thought it was, I was thinking it was this, and I'm really not content with this. Of course, I'm not going to ask you to move forward with me. My other ask would be that if you move forward with me, that you don't keep what we're doing a secret. And what I mean by that is that others that that are in circumstances regarding financial hardship, or they just need a financial GPS, in their life, you'd be willing to refer them, as a means of me helping them as well. And like I said, of course, if you don't see any benefit of it, I wouldn't ask you to show anybody else of that matter. And guys, this is how I do my business, and how this is what my day is in helping people. And as a result, for those that I show, when I show them this, 99% of the people that I sit down with and I prepare this for them, I am able to help them, and I work with them moving forward. And just so you know a little bit about what I do, I work with individuals of all types in terms of finances, individuals that are millionaires, individuals that are making, good money, and individuals who are trying to get into a better financial position. The thing that I prove and that I share to all my individuals is my commitment to helping you is not biased. What I put into the person who says, I have $50 that I can set aside to go towards an investment, versus the person that says, hey, I want to dump $100,000 into an SEP IRA, my commitment to taking care of you and helping you and giving you my best is the same. That's not always going to be the case when you're dealing in this market, in this financial sector, when you're dealing with people who say that they're out here to help people. Other people, they might make you feel like an ant, or they make it very clear that they really don't care to work with you. And again, that's one of the evils that I see in this industry that I'm here to address. Now, so guys, what I ask for anyone who is interested in a financial needs analysis, I would ask that you can put your name and number in the chat, and a good time that I can contact you, where I can contact you for about 5 to 10 minutes to talk a little bit more about what it is that you're looking to do, and then see how I can help you, and then setting a time up when we can get together for about 25 to 30 minutes, and I can put this together for you. And guys, I can tell you from my experience in terms of how it's helped my personal life, how it's helped those who I've worked with, that it turns, this right here is a true GPS, turning long-term problems into seasons, in terms of, which meaning that what you're dealing with, that you may have said, I've been dealing with my entire life, my mom's dealing with it or whatever. This is now a situation that I'm only going to be dealing with in the next coming months or years as I'm getting things in order. And when it comes to those that see the benefits of this, and which I had with the program, is thinking about our future, thinking about our children. How can this be a benefit to my kids and to my grandkids? And that's something we also show you as well, without there being any forms of compromise to yourself or to them. And so, guys, I'm going to basically, end on this matter right here and open up for questions. Only because I do not have unable to share the screen that I was wanted to share with you guys. Forgive me. I got to practice and play a little bit more on the meet in setup versus Zoom. But this is not my first time or only time. I'll be back again. But I do want you to consider that time is in and of the essence. When we wait and hesitate and haste on time, it makes things harder. Because we have less time in getting things done. And so, of course, like, put your information in the chat and let me know, with that information, and I can reach out to you at a convenient time for you and get things going for you. Are there any questions? I also want to, I'm sorry. Thank you for your time, Dr. Derek. Again, Sister Yvonne, great message. And I hope each and every one of you have a blessed and wonderful day and holiday coming forward.
Do you have access to the chat, Brother Timothy? Because there are numbers in there. So can you read them? Or do you need me to read them?
Yeah, I did have access to the chat, but my screen is like blown up. I'm trying to shrink it because it's,
as there are quite a few numbers popping in there as you asked. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to see why my screen is let me see. It says raise view. Here we go. All righty. I just have to go over here to the chat. So, all right, great. Thank you. Sorry, some person they put in, they may have lost me, but alrighty. Q. Thank you, Miss Lena. She posted my information in there, my number. Thank you. Okay. And awesome. So yes, I will be taking these information down in the chat. Can you guys hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Okay. All right, because I'm seeing in the chat some people were asking like what happened or did I leave or something. So I'm here. Okay, well, great, awesome. And so are there any questions that anyone may have right now at this time? Any questions? Any feedback? Is there anything may want to add to anything that I've shared so far?
Well, I'm going to say it's a very basic seeming tool, but it's so important because if you don't know where you are, how are you going to know where you're getting to? So when I worked at Primark as well, I guess all the companies are doing that. I'm sure the financial needs analysis. And I think clients like that, the ones who are open to that, because a lot of people, the minute they hear financial planning, they get a little bit just scared because your finances, excuse me, are private, right? For most people, that's what they think, right? It's private, and so they don't want to discuss that. And then planning seems like it's hard, and so they just, we just keep putting it up. I haven't done that, however, but you know what I mean? People just don't want to face up to that. So the thing is, it's the thing that you need that you should really own up to and just go for it, because putting it off is not a solution, right?
Correct. And that's basically that's exactly the matter. Most people they either have fears of the investment side of things, or they just have the fear of looking at it. But we can't fix a problem that we don't see. And so and what I share with people that what you're looking at is not and it you might feel a certain way, may hurt, may sting or so, but this is one of the things of when we are ruled by emotions and we make decisions by emotions, they're not always the most logical decisions. And so sometimes we have to face things, and and I tell people all the time, we have to face it. You may not like it, but you're going to like it more of what I'm going to show you. That's going to stand out even more than what you might be seeing right now. And so as a result, and my objective in working with the individuals I work with each person at their own pace. So it's never a matter of I'm trying to pull you ahead. This is where you're at. And if we got to take baby steps, I will work with you to take baby steps. If we start taking baby steps to start taking regular steps and then we start running, that's going to be the process. Because guys, it's not about me. It's about you. And so the objective is doing what it is that you need. And guys, we live in a world today, like I said before, that people do things for you, but they do things for you thinking primarily about themselves. It's about their numbers or whatever the case is. And as a result, that's not what we need out here. And that's not what people need. And so, especially when it comes to, as you said, Sister Yvonne, we're dealing with a matter that for a lot of people, they're intimidated by it. They may have had some bad experiences in the past.
Yes.
These are all things to take into consideration, which is why I say when it comes, especially to the investment part of it, that with all of the people we sit down with, we take into both financial considerations that's going to determine recommendations and non-financial considerations that determine recommendations. Right. And so because that's what's most important here in this case. And so, but it all starts with the financial needs analysis. It all starts with the map. Where am I at? Where am I going? And am I content with that? And in this matter, and in most cases, we'll say if there's another way, what could that way be? And we provide that, with what you're already doing. So, like, I think if my budget of my debts are $900 a month, and it's going to take me 6 years to get out of debt, and I can spend $900 a month and get out of debt in 2 years, why not? And what is that 4 years going to look like in terms of money that's going to be working for me? And I just want to close here, guys. We're living in an economy where things are not getting better, and they're not going to get better. The government is shut down. They're getting ready to open back up. They're talking about starting to print money again, which means that inflation is going to now go up even more, that's going to have the effect on the cost of living. And so things that used to be $3 and $4 that are now $6 and $7 are going to now be $9 and $10. And when you're on a fixed income, that there's nothing that addresses that. And if you're on a lower income, it just makes things tighter. And so the other objective is what we show with the financial needs analysis is what can we do to put your money in a position to make money for you, or in multiple ways, so that we're not relying on the 1 or 2 or maybe 3 income streams that you might be dealing with right now. That's keeping things to be, making it a challenge. And so showing these things, educating you on these things are all very, very important in this matter. And this is how you are going to see a trend, a trend of people's finances going into a different position. And so, again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, brother. Were you able to get all the phone numbers? Did you get the last one from Nadine?
I gotta I'm getting the numbers right now.
Okay, all right.
Let's see.
Peace, blessings, enough love. Thank you very much, King Tim. Really appreciate. And you probably need to check your internet connection. A lot of persons think that they have high-speed internet when they don't, because the technician or the persons that come to your house tell you that you have high-speed internet connection. I don't and that is relative sometimes. There are 3 things that you need to look at. Well, 2 things you would need to look at, because if you don't stream, then you don't need to look at your upload. But your download, your download need to be in the 500 anywhere above
Yeah.
500 and above. That is
Okay.
good, very good. So you need to know what is your download speed, and very important, even more important than your download speed, you need to know what is your latency. It has to be less than 20 milliseconds. 20 milliseconds.
Okay.
So those two things is very important with respective to where um, any
Yes.
webinar platform that you are going on. That needs to be that is very important. Your download speed and your latency.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this fixed because I wasn't having this issue before. Um, this is something that I just have started having when I got on the computer and getting set up today. And so I definitely want to get this fixed for for another time. So
Sure.
yeah, I gotta take this in and get this taken care of, get this updated. So
Well, maybe it's the laptop itself. Maybe it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
older
that's me. Yeah,
laptop.
I got an IT guy that I take my stuff to get it fixed and stuff. Let
Mhm.
me just see. I just want to see one thing here.
All right. Wonderful. But thank you very much. Really appreciate. And my lovely, beautiful wife
Hello, Queen Miriam. How are you?
want to say a few words.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. And
Hi.
Queen Yvonne, I was trying while I was away, I was trying to zoom in to let you know wonderful presentation, but
Thank
I
you.
could not get in. It's telling
Okay.
me on my phone to update because there's a new meeting, so they want me to
Yes.
update. So
Ah,
anyway,
okay.
a wonderful presentation, resilience, and
Yes.
what better time to see how resilient we are than now preparing ourselves for the next day and of course next year.
Yes.
And King uh,
Timothy.
Timothy, wonderful presentation. Again, this is the best time, although we should be preparing consistently from January to December. But for most people, they normally start running up and down trying to get things together at the end of the year. And
Yeah.
most of us, or most people, spend what they don't have to buy gifts at this time of the year. So you are coming with this um, financial GPS, the right time to help people just stay focused and prepare themselves so they will not have that great of a debt after they spend. So they will spend wisely and not only spend, but also prepare because this financial GPS, if they are careful or if they are prudent, then they will be able to fuel that tax refund they'll get next year into
Yes.
paying off certain debts. So you're actually setting them up to win. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very important you pay attention to what he's sharing because as a tax accountant and enroll agent and also a financial advisor, it's a good thing. So he's helping you to help yourself. Prepare yourself so you can know. Sometimes you get some money and you just go spend because you did not prepare for it. So when
Yes.
you're prepared, you will find the right place to stack it or to bring down a debt that you're carrying for a long time. Great
Yeah.
presentation and it's very timely. Thank you.
Very.
They're waiting for you.
Oh, right, right. Mercy. Oh, mercy. Why I tell you, she's very distracting in the house, man.
Dr.
Oh
Derek
my
is swept
goodness.
away. Swept away.
Mm. Anyway, what a sin thing. Wonderful. Thank you very much, my queen Miriam. Really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you very much. Okay. And so, any other questions or concerns or any, all right. Okay, wonderful. All
I
right.
just make a
So,
comment.
yes, go ahead, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
I just want to say to Queen Timothy Ferguson Jr. that was an amazing presentation. And not only that, I think the fact that the fact that you will stand out because you care about the people. And I think anyone that cares about the people first before themselves, um, make them, their people are more able to open themselves to you because you are for the people. And there's a lot of leaders, and that will makes you also a great leader, because I know of other leaders that they when they put the people first, awesome things happens, not only for the people but for them themselves. You are filled with a gratitude that you have fulfilled something in your life that bring other people joy. So thank you for being the man that you are, to open your heart to put people first above yourself. And of course, your presentation about the financial GPS, we all need it. Thank
Thank
you
Mhm.
so
you. Thank
much.
you. Thank you. And I apologize for my screen and so that
That's
how this
okay.
went out. I apologize, and so but we'll
You know
get
how to
we'll
explain.
give it.
You know how
I'll
to
be
do
back.
it.
Okay. Ah, but
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. So at this time, we're just going to ask Queen Yvonne Finn to give her closing.
oh, um, well, you know, I, I'm just going to point out again that all that I said there, it doesn't, it's like with the presentation from Brother Timothy there. The Bible says that we should do everything in love, right? Everything has to be undergirded by love. And if it's not, then it really doesn't generally stand. And especially when you're working with people, as Queen Jacqueline is talking about, people will sense that. And it says something about Zig Ziglar. I think that he's the one that says people won't care anything until they know that you care about them. You know, so it's the same thing. Whether we're talking about surviving a storm or having somebody look at your finances, it doesn't matter. It's the love. Excuse me. It's the love that people recognize and feel. It's not that emotional giddy like the stuff we're talking about. It's just that human one to one that what does it say? The Ubuntu, it says I am because you are. And every culture has an idea of what it feels like to love and support one another. And all these concepts are large and they don't work if we're not thinking about the other person or persons. So that if I'm having anything to say about the closing, I just want us to look at that. Resilience and love, they work together and they help us weather life's storms. So that is what I that is what I want to close with. They are connected. If you're just resilient, you're just a brute. I'm sorry. You're just, it doesn't matter. You're all for yourself. But when you are loving and doing it for your family, other people's family, the world in general, it shows and it makes us stronger and better as a people, as human beings. So thank you, Dr. Derek. Thank you very much.
All right, wonderful. You are most welcome, and thank you very much for joining us on Deep Dive Globally
Thank you.
Changing Life with such an awesome presentation from such a
Thank you.
wonderful, beautiful, lovely lady up there in the cold
Ah, Dr.
and
Derek,
warm with
Dr.
us
Derek.
down here.
You're gonna give me a swell head.
Thank you very much, Queen
Thank you.
Yvonne Finn. Really
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Thank you.
All right. So, King Timothy, could you give us your closing?
Yes. Thank you. My closing is everyone that um I want us to, for us to really pay close attention to what's going on in the world right now. What I do is, we can all look at, what I do in helping people is just a matter of just fixing matters. But what I do is also is addressing the matter that helping people get into position for the needs of things that are going on. We know we're living in some tumultuous times right now. Um, we don't know what 5 years from now might look like. And the worst position to ever be in is in a place where if I need to get up and leave, I can't because I'm stuck. And so, getting this together and getting these in order is essential for the purposes of me being prepared. It is very, very important for the matters of I want to be prepared for the worst. If there was ever something that needed to go on, I have myself in position where I can pack up and go. That is very, very essential because I've seen things that are, that have gone on and things that are to go on, where it's like, do you want to take the chance of hoping that things are not going to happen, or do you want to use wisdom in saying, just in case things are not going to go out the way I really like that, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to go about. And what I mean by going about, guys, I mean that might be leaving this country. you know, and also my thing, and this is just for me, that is a matter that's personal. Uh, um, Getting back to uh, the way things were in terms of how we were all essential to one another. I'm thinking about it more, looking at things from a tribe standpoint, where everybody that's associated together, we are all essential to one another. We all play a role for one another, and in helping one another as a community, and to where this is something that is very essential to be able to build and establish and build to where if going someplace, you're not going someplace by yourself, but we're going as a pact. And so what better is there to have that establishment where you're in position for matters, but we also have an establishment of a culture, with everybody being together, to where when it comes to moving and in this matter, we all move together. I share all this to say that this is not I don't do this just for the sake of just thinking about the vanity of things, but getting things in order because we really need to be in a position to move when necessary, or if in time of need. And so again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, King Timothy Ferguson Jr. Really appreciate. And thank you, viewers. Thank you for those who are here on meeting and those on the varied YouTube platforms. Really appreciate. Thanks once again, Queen Yvonne Finn and King Timothy Ferguson Jr. Really appreciate. And everyone who participated, Queen Jacqueline Warner, Queen, who else participated?
Queen
Queen
Toni Morris
Pastor
too.
Tony,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes. Those who gave numbers and so on to for the free, right? And thank you all very much for being here with us. Really appreciate. You know that we do have the little after party. So we are going to close down the YouTube at this time. We do thank you all for joining us there on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. On Wednesday, we have, if you want to see this lovely lady again, Queen Yvonne Finn, she's right there on One Global Movement at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh Passion Global is on, which is Thursday morning at 9 a.m. And then you have Deep Dive once again on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. We should have, yes, I think we should have Dream Team on Sunday. They did
Yes.
take a break last week, Sunday, so
Yes.
they should be coming out again in fine style after
Yes.
that Thanksgiving weekend. They should
Mm-hmm.
be coming out in fine style on Sunday, 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, and then of course, hi, my dear beloved wife on Mindset Monday,
Mindset Mondays.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard
Standard
Time.
time.
So, so the meeting link is always the same,
Mm-hmm.
right? Meeting link is always the same. Um,
Yep.
meeting forwards meeting.com/mindset Monday. All right. So it's always the same, and you already have it in your WhatsApp. All right. So thank you all very much. Longing out your tongue at me. Hey, be careful. Hey. Anyway, hey, hey, hey. Uh-huh. All right. Mhm. All right. Watch it. Anyway, um, thank you all very much for joining us. Really appreciate. Thanks you again. Thank you again, King Tim. Glad to always have you at anytime, anywhere, any day, right? Tuesday or Thursday. We are happy to have you. If you want to wheel and come back again on Thursday, just let me know. All right. So thank you all very much for joining us, and especially those on YouTube. Take care. Have a good rest of the week, and I hope to see you on Thursday. All right. Take care. YouTubers. Take care. Let me close this.